Hello, this is LordUg, and welcome to Don't Starve. No, this isn't part of my Let's Play. If you look in the top right corner, you will see it says 365. 365 days. This is the world, my world, that I let you guys download, that I put for download for you. I've actually loaded it back in for myself for this particular video. What's happening is there's been a new update. And I thought I'd show you around it and give you my impressions of it. I don't know everything on it. I haven't had a good look, to be honest. It's just my impressions as I see them, what's come up, what I'll see on it. And I'll do something a bit more updated if need be. But I think I'm going to be able to cover the more important things. And as I say, I will give my opinion as we go. So, of course, with it being this one, I've got my, Smallbirds back. Now, one of the... Oh, shut up. Come here. Come feed. Right, you done? Done? Good. One of the first things about it is that you can now actually get your small birds to grow into tall birds. That's one good thing already. Now, as you've noticed, some of these things that you see here have a green background. Now, these are all foods. Foods have a green background now. Now, what's the green background for? Is it just to identify foods? No, it isn't, actually. What it's there for is that is the health level of your food, the freshness level of your food. That bar will slowly empty. Let's see if I can find... Now, they're all fresh right now, because it's only just started. But basically, they are slowly, these bars, even seeds have it. These bars slowly empty. They go down and down and down. And then the background, when it gets to a certain level, will change to yellow. When it changes to yellow, they're stale. When it changes to red, they're completely off. And they're done. So, yeah, that's the thing. Now, food can spoil. It can be no good anymore. And when I say food, I don't just mean like raw ingredients like these things you'll grow here. I'm on about the actual stuff you cook in crock pots. For instance, as you know, I've got these backup chests here that I gave you guys with plenty of food in. All this is going to spoil if you don't eat it. So, you see, this is the problem now. Well, let me give my opinion later. First, how do we stop that from happening? How do we... You can't, basically. You can't stop food from spoiling. It's going to spoil. But we can slow it down. That's because we have a new thing we can build. It's, where is it? It's here. It's an icebox. So you can get an icebox now and you can slow the decay process down. I need some, I need a pickaxe. So I need some gold. Give me a pickaxe. Oops, there we go. Nope, one more. There we go. I just need to get some stone because we're going to build an icebox. And I'll show you. I'm going to sneeze, so I'm going to mute the mic a sec. So again, my head came off. Yes, it did. Okay, back down here. I think I've actually got some. Yeah, I've got some stone on the floor. Because I'm going to need 2 stone. Bugger off. So tall bird. Yeah, that's one good thing, talking at tall bird. You can actually get your small birds to grow now into tall birds. So, might be worth doing. And yes, I am going to try and do that for you so you can see it, so don't worry. I'm going to do this video first though. And then I'm going to do a video. And then I'm going to spend some time growing my small birds into tall birds and, yeah. Then I'll show you when that's done. But right now, let's just get this done. So I've got enough now for what I need. Right, I'm not coming for your egg. Oh, shut up, I can hear you mumbling. Alright. Do I need grass? Just a bit. Yeah, so that's the problem now. You've got to keep an eye on the freshness level of all your foods, everything. Like I say, even seeds, everything has now a freshness level if it's edible. So you've got to keep watching that. Okay, what do I want from here? I want my more stone. There we go. Okay, let's make 2 stone. 1 plank. Okay, let's put the stone away. Now we'll get some gold. That's enough. And where is it? Come on. Have I got enough? I'll find you. It's there. No, it isn't. It's there. No! Bugger. I'll find it. Because I keep thinking, I'm not used to building it. Why am... Oh, I'm too far away. There we go. Sorry about that. You stand too far away, it disappears. There you go. So I've just got to undo it. It's 100 to undo it. I can do that easy enough. First of all, let me just get through night. It'll be easier. And anyway, I'd rather sleep through night because it makes your health go down. And I've got lots of food I've got to eat up. Because it's all going to spoil if I don't. So let's do a froggle bunwich. Oh, that didn't do much. Let's eat another one. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, that's that. That's them gone. Right, where was I? Oh yeah, I'm going to make an icebox. That's right. Icebox. I've lost it again now. There we go. So I need 100. No, that's not it. I need 100 for that. So, where's my gold? Let's throw a few gold into it. That'll soon get us up there. I get plenty more. One more. And there we go. Okay, let's now open this up. There we go. Now we can build one. Well, we need 2 gold. I'll put it away. Silly. Okay. And that's what it looks like. It's like a great... Oh, it's like a refrigerator. There you go. That's it. And all it is you open it up and it's got 9 slots. And things just don't spoil as quick. So, for instance, you might put, you know, all your ingredients in here like this chest. I have my ingredients for... So you can see how this white bar's starting to come at top, look. So I might put my frog's legs in there. So for my froggle bunwitches and... Now, the thing is about it, and my berries, you cannot stop things from spoiling. Even in the cold box, even in the ice box, they are going to spoil. That's the annoying part. You can't stop it. Some seem to spoil at a lot quicker rate than others. So, which is a bit annoying. And I'll tell you what the other annoying part in it is. It's kind of making the chests pointless. I mean, I had all these chests because I gathered ingredients. Do you want any seeds? Alright. I kind of made all these chests because I was gathering ingredients, seeds, vegetables, berries, honey, different, you know, meats, everything. I was doing all that in these chests. And the problem is that now, for instance, I had these 2 chests here, storing nothing but food. But I'm going to have to eat all this food because it's going to spoil. So I can no longer store up any food in chests because it's going to spoil. So you've got to eat it all. And even in here, it's still going to spoil in these at just slower rate, but it's still going to spoil. So at the end of the day, you're going to have to start making food fresh now. And because all these cold boxes will do is slow it down. Right, what else have we got in this update? We have... I haven't seen anything else that's new. There's no new hats or anything. No new fires. No new items here. I don't know, like I said, I don't know about necessarily fully about the tall birds. I haven't done it yet. No new weapon. So I don't really know. But everything else seems the same. Yeah, everything else is the same. So that's the major difference now, that your food can spoil. Everything else seems to be going at the same rate. But even this, even the food down here, you know, just your normal meats that you cook with, they're going to spoil, so you're going to have to eat them. So eventually you're not really going to be carrying anything here. You're going to make your food almost as you need it. And the problem with that is that if you're in a rush, you're fighting or something like that, or you've just been fighting and you need food quick. Like, I mean, it's like if you look at my health now, that's still on 100, but my hunger now goes up to 200. Right? So that's a lot to fill up in one go. Now, a honeyed ham, for instance, could almost fill that up, 100 up in one go. It used to do about 80, I think, or something like that. Now, it's got to fill 200 up, and of course it can't. So you eat a couple. If your hunger's right down, you're going to have to eat a couple of them just to replace that. So it's making things a little bit harder again. And they're on about bringing in winter in the next update. Oh, I've got my hat there. So, more seeds that they can go in there. Take them with me. Did I? Oh, I didn't. Oh, wrong one. My memory just the way I did a rope. Yeah, I did. There we go. So yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. The point is, right, I don't mind it so much because I'll be honest, I haven't actually had too much of a trouble with it yet. I've tended to be alright with it, but I have a lot of people who message me, quite a few people, I've got to admit, that'll be like, and they'll message me, private message me, they'll say, yeah, I can't get past 20, can't get past like day 30, you know, oh, we're dead before day 10, or whatever. Now, it's easy to say, oh, they suck, but they don't suck. It's just, you can make one mistake or not put your resources in one place and you're going to really suffer for it, or you might get a bad starting world where you kind of everything's against you from the start. It happens, but the point is that things like this aren't making it any easier. I don't understand fully where they're going with it, because it seems like every update is there to make things harder. You know, just the last updates, you know, the hounds were brought in, and then they realised that the hounds could be, you know, people use pigs to help, you know, kill the hounds. So they increase the intensity of the hounds the the longer you're alive, basically. Then they put in, alright, I admit they've disabled it for now, but obviously they're going to bring it back. Then they put in that pigs don't respawn after a certain time, after about 6 deaths. So now if you get the hounds to help you, you're actually going to do yourself with the pigs, because they're going to stop respawning eventually. Then you're not going to have them. Then you're going to have to rebuild all the pig houses, which is quite complicated. It's quite a pain in the ass, basically. And then after the hounds, they brought in, you know, the spider queens and the jumping spiders. So, you know, you used to go and get silk for certain things. Now silk's 100 times harder to get, because now if a spider queen comes out, shit's like a cannon. And she does, I've got to admit, just because I did that big killing spree thing, don't mean that they don't hurt. You know, she hits really hard. And then you've got the jumping spiders that you can't get away from because they keep up with you. You can't dodge them. There's nothing, you know, they've brought that in. And then all of a sudden, they're on about bringing in, you know, then they bring food spoiling in. And so if you've got reserves of food, they're all going to spoil. You've just got to eat it all. So then you've got to make things fresh. And so then they're on about bringing in seasons. Oh, well, winter, basically. They're on about bringing in winter. And in winter, your vegetables and berries and that won't grow as quick. But the problem is, the berries and vegetables that you have got are going to spoil. So you're going to have food that's nearly spoiled that you're having to eat, and you can't stock up on because it's going to spoil anyway. And the food you're waiting for to replace the food that's going to spoil, if you don't eat it, is not going to grow as quick because winter's coming. So it just I just think that in some ways they're trying to make it a little bit too hard. They try to put too many complications into me. I mean, I don't really mind it. Like I say, I kind of seem to be coping with it all right. But there's people who aren't, and you've got to, I suppose, these days, you've got to think of mainstream to some extent. you know, you can't always think at Die Hard because there's not as many of them as there are at mainstream. There's a lot of people who like these videos. I know this because of my views. You know, these videos are right now my most watched, and people enjoy them, which is great. I love that. But you know, at the end of the day, there's a lot of people who are into this game, and the harder you make it, the less people are going to want to play it. You know, you don't want to. Nobody wants to be dying at day 10 every time, or day 15, or whatever. People want to survive a bit. I'm not saying that people should last like as long as I did, a year. Maybe that were a bit, you know, a bit too much. Maybe it proved me getting to a year proved it were a bit too easy. Maybe you shouldn't be able to get that far. Maybe it should be almost impossible to get that far. But that don't mean that you should make it so people can't, you know, you go to the other extent and make it so people can't survive anyway, because all the food spoils, winter comes in so they can't grow anything, then you get a massive pack of hounds that are going to damage you up, and then your pigs are dying and not respawning, so you can't get meat till you rebuild. You know what I mean? It can get into a vicious circle very, very easy. You've got to be careful with that. So, yeah. Anyway, I think that's about all I had to say. You know, there's not much else right now. There's not been much else brought in. It's just mainly the food spoiling part. And I'm not sure if they've fixed this yet. I can't test it. Well, we'll test it on a small bird. Sorry. Come on. No, they haven't. See, this is another thing. When you log on to the game, these traps still don't work. See, what they're supposed to do is, they're supposed to, as soon as you log in game, it's supposed to work every time, but there's a glitch, so that when you log out of game, they don't work anymore. You've got to pick them all up again and put them all down again. And, yeah, they haven't fixed it yet, obviously. Okay, I think everything else is the same. It's still the same. Okay, sorry about that. Fraps closed on me. I didn't see it. I didn't see it go down. I just realised I carried on recording and talking for about another minute or so. And but anyway, that's all. That's really all there is to say. Anyway, this is just about done. You know, your food's going to spoil, so watch for that. And I'm going to grow these for you, and then I'll do another video when I've got 5 tall birds, and I might actually go around with them and see what I can actually do. See if I can, how much destruction I can do with 5 tall birds. It should be fun, because I know that they hit pretty hard. So if we attack, I'm hoping to attack a couple of beefalo with them, something like that. Alright, I'm going to go anyway. Thanks for watching, guys. Anyway, I hope this helps you. There isn't much more to say. I think I've covered most of the main things. There might be an odd little fix that they've done. I don't know. I know they haven't fixed these damn traps. That's all I know. And these, but like I say, your chests, they're not going to be as needed. You're going to need a load of these now to keep your food safe. And it's not going to keep it fully safe. It's just going to slow it down a bit. All this is still going to spoil, which is annoying. So, yeah, all I think is that I'm going to get in end, let me pause it, all I think is in end I'm going to get a lot more people messaging me saying I can't even get to day 10. I think it's going to happen a lot more. And it's going to annoy some people. You know, you've got to give something good back if you keep putting bad things in. If you keep putting challenges in, you've got to at times give something just to ease off a little bit. Just lately we're getting mobs coming in that are, extra monsters coming in. We're getting seasons against us, food spoils. It's just, put something good in. Put something good in. And, so it gives eases it up just a little bit for those that aren't quite as good at building it up, which happens. Right, I'm going to go because I'm going to go and I might actually go and shoot my LP, or I might actually try and grow these birds. I don't know yet. I'm going to go and do something anyway. And I'll see you next time. So for now, you take really good care of yourselves. And goodbye for now, my friends.